Joining us on the line to talk Nathan's hot dog eating contest, courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line. You know him from the college baseball experience, Mr. Noah Bieniek. Noah, are you using any of your college baseball handicapping this Nathan's hot dog eating contest?
First off, what's going on, guys? Thanks for inviting me on to discuss it. And yeah, I guess so. I mean, all I do, honestly, it's just such a niche competition in sport. Like, all you got to do is put the time in and work and find all your research that you do. I mean, typically the way I make money in sports betting, I'm betting on mid-major basketball, then it goes into college baseball, which doesn't take a ton of demand. Then I go to hot dog. Then I go to Little League World Series. Then we go into like the the FCS and the low power group of 5 football, and then we go cycle it all the way back. But yeah, I mean, I kind of just do the same thing, just outwork everybody.
I assume the trophy in the background is for being a 5-tool handicapper.
Outwork everyone.
I love that.
Rare breed, untamed, Noah Bieniek. All right, let's talk about the men's outright winner. To me, it's. I think it's going to be wide open with no Joey Chestnut, who's just dominated this event for years. But now, here we go with the latest odds courtesy of DraftKings. Jeffrey Esper is the favorite at -115. We got James Webb +175, Nick Wary at +750, and Patrick Bertoletti at 10-1 the field.
Bertoletti. Come on, you got to use your hand to pronounce that one.
He'd be a little better at the spaghetti.
Oh, wow.
Field is 25-1. Noah, you said you outworked everyone. Give us were you breaking down game film? What did you find when you researched the Nathan's hot dog eating contest?
100% breaking down game film. And actually, guys, I'm going to take it to Patrick Bertoletti.
Okay.
Really interesting story here with Bertoletti. As you know, I think it's a great sprinkle. He's only 39 years old, but he's not new to the game. Back in 2008, he devoured 38, then 55 in 2009, 37 in 2010, 53 in 2011, and then 51 in 2012. Then he retired from Major League Eating for 10 years. He returned to the hot dog eating contest in 2022, ate 33 and a half. But in a recent episode of the Hall of Very Good podcast, Bertoletti said that he just wasn't feeling as happy in 2022. He didn't appear in Coney Island for the 2023 contest, but in the qualifier this year, he ate 48 and a quarter hot dog and buns. He beat Nick Wary, who ate 48 in that same qualifier. And last year in this competition, James Webb ate 47 and Jeffrey Esper ate 49. Sorry. So he only ate 3/4 less of a hot dog in this qualifier than Esper ate in last year's competition. And Bertoletti has put up the highest total out of anybody in this field. And you're getting him 10-1 currently? That is a really nice long shot. And if you're not feeling risky enough to just take him outright, I love Patrick Bertoletti. If you go in the specials on DraftKings, you can get his money line against Nick Weary at plus money.
Wait, so they have individual matchups in
yes,
DraftKings?
It is outstanding. And I've gone through it all. I got picks against every one. But the second one that I like out of this, if you want a true contender in this, it's James Webb. Without Joey Chestnut, he, I think, is the best challenger to Jeffrey Esper. He's Esper's 49, Webb is 35, and Webb is peaking at the right time. I also
real quick. You mentioned peaking. Is there a prime age for a competitive eater? Like what is your ideal age for competitive eating?
I don't know if there's specifically a prime age, because we've seen Chestnut just devour the competition, and it's really kind of tough to see like what the sweet spot is, where you just got a Wayne Gretzky going into his late 40s or whatever. But Webb, he's smashed 6 Major League Eating records in a 5-month span here. He ate 338 pistachios in 8 minutes, 224 chicken wings in 10 minutes, 13.5 pounds of chocolate fudge in 8 minutes, 51 2.5-ounce Texas sausages in 10 minutes, 350 donut holes in 8 minutes, 70 glazed donuts in 8 minutes. But specifically with those Texas sausages, 2.5 ounces, that's more than double the weight of your hot dog here in the Nathan's Coney Island contest.
So we have some video
of Esper in that competition too.
So we have some video of Webb training. If we want to take a look here, he's on a treadmill, and I think he's got it looks to be some sort of tennis ball or mouth guard.
it's like a dog chew toy, and he's just working out on his jaw while he's getting the cardio in. Like, he is serious about this competition.
A disgusting act.
I mean, imagine the people at the gym with him. He's lifting weights with a chew toy. You're right,
Yes.
Noah. He does look like a dog.
I assume this is an eater. Like they have CrossFit gyms. This has got to be a competitive eating gym, right?
Oh man,
They have
this is
jars.
amazing.
It actually is the CrossFit gym. Actually, North Texas is where he's located. That's where like a lot of the like popular online, cardio and workout people go and film themselves. And he's like huge on YouTube, 102,000 subscribers. So I'm taking James Webb -7.5 against Miki Sudo as well. She's like the most well-known women's eater.
Yeah.
But also there's a new rising star in the women's competition,
Well, yeah,
Miyoi Ebihara. I'm
Yeah.
taking her +6.5 against Miki Sudo as well.
Okay, yeah. So let's talk odds real quick for the women's outright winner. Miki Sudo is a huge favorite at -900. You mentioned you like Miyoi Ebihara at 5-1. We also got Michelle Lesko 22-1. Katie Prettyman 50-1. Field 50-1. It seems like this is Miki's event to lose, right, Noah?
Yeah, and then I think Ebihara challenged her last year for sure. There was some, drama at this event last year. Sudo finished with 39, but she asked for an official recount because this thing finished 37-36 Sudo. And when they went to an official recount, they added some to Sudo's count and they subtracted some from Ebihara. Ebihara was leading Sudo 34-33 with a minute left in last year's competition. Like, she had 34 with a manual count. I don't know how she ended up with 33, but either way, Ebihara is going to come back for revenge here. She's very popular in this space. She's got over 850,000 subscribers on YouTube, hailing from Japan. So her appetite is crazy. And I think that 1 year under her belt, we saw this with James Webb last year, and in the second year, he improved on his technique. He was experienced in front of the large crowd. I think that Ebihara is going to be able to make a jump up here and cover the 6.5, which she covered last year. So I'm more bullish on the spread than I am Ebihara actually winning this thing outright, but I think she is really going to challenge Sudo once again this year.
Like it. So of the men's, of the women's, what is your lock of all locks, Noah, for the Nathan's hot dog eating contest? It sounds like Webb at +175 and then sprinkle on Bertolete, right?
Yeah, that's the best two. Like, if you want two positions on the men's side, I just don't agree with laying minus money on a field that I think four guys could honestly win it without Chestnut in this. But my favorite pick is this Miyoi +6.5 Ebihara against Miki Sudo. Sudo last year, she said, maybe I'm just 10 years older than I was when I first started out, but it was hot. And last year was relatively mild. This year, going to be high 80s, 70% humidity. That actually brings down a lot of the eating totals in these competitions. And she said that she was just watching Miyoi eat a lot, and it kind of threw her off in her rhythm last year. So I think Ebihara +6.5 is my lock.
Love it, Noah. Love that you are also factoring in the humidity when breaking down the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Kramer, when we return, we will give out our favorite parlays on Tail of the Tape.